Fani getting slapped. I can't help myself. Sorry. There's like a 10-year-old boy in there somewhere. Fani getting slapped. Fani, as they say. Fani Willis having to pay now a $54,000 fine. The judge hitting her with this one. She's ordered to pay this because she violated open record laws in the Trump case. This is a judge by the name of Rachel Krause down there in Fulton County saying that, you know what? You didn't turn over the records. That Fani Willis's office was intentionally hostile and intentionally violated Georgia's open record laws. You know Fani, right? The one that got the Fulton County portrait that President Trump so proudly displays in the Oval Office now. Fani, who gets really annoyed when we call her that, excuse my French, Fani.
While they over there running their mouth, I'm over here paying them no mind. See, I'm so tired of hearing these idiots call my name as Fani in a way to attempt to humiliate me. Because like silly schoolboys, the name reminds them of a woman's rear.
Well, I'm sorry. It does, right? I mean, maybe you should have changed it to something other than, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Maybe your parents made a mistake. Maybe maybe you should have gone by your middle name, whatever that is. No, we don't even want to speculate on that, right? Anyway, Fani Willis being ordered to pay $54,000 for violating these open record laws in the Trump case. This is the judge saying that Fani has to pay $54,264 in attorney's fees and litigation costs after, quote, intentionally failing to provide records requested by Ashley Merchant, the attorney who filed the motion to disqualify Ms. Willis from prosecuting Trump on charges of allegedly interfering with the 2020 presidential election. Krause stated that Willis's office failed to provide documents, this is according to a report there in Fox, related to the employment of Nathan Wade, the former special assistant district attorney, forced to resign from the Trump case due to his romantic relationship with Willis. Merchant believed that Willis and Wade may have financially benefited from Wade's appointment as the special prosecutor in the case. But you know, it was really hard for her to get any of those records, remember? Well, the reason it was hard for her to get the records was it turned out Fani was deliberately, quote, intentionally, according to the judge, failing to provide them. So she was obstructing justice and all of that, all while, carrying on with this little goodie.
What is your current relationship with the district attorney?
Just as outlined earlier, we are great friends. We speak regularly. The conversation has changed, though. Whereas before our conversations were about this case. I'm sure you could imagine and appreciate the amount of time that it takes that you have to pour into a case a case of this magnitude, trying to prosecute those defendants. But our conversations have shifted to how are you handling the threats that are coming your way? Are you being safe? Democracy, the case will live on, kind of thing.
Just to clarify, when did the romantic relationship between the two of you start?
Yeah, so we get into. There's been this effort to say that, okay, these exact dates are at issue, and these exact dates are. I'm getting signaled here.
Okay, that was the moment in the interview when his lawyers stopped him. Interesting, right? So he's kind of doing the exact same thing, intentionally failing to provide information to the reporter in that case, who's just asking, well, when did the relationship start? Because, if the relationship started, which is what they've told us, or actually, no, maybe they haven't even told us that. Maybe that's just what we know because there were like zillions of text messages, something like 30,000 text messages. It's like, gosh, you guys really like to text. And then there was all those visits to her condo. And this all came out because he was getting divorced from his wife. And the wife's like, hey. So all this information came forward. And so we know that he was having something going on with one Ms. Fani Willis, Fani Willis, for some time. And so if she went out there and hired her boyfriend, what kind of deal was that? Right? I mean, that and never disclosed it, that's pretty lousy. And then when she was up on the witness stand and was like, they were like, hey, you know, did you know you had to do this? She said, no, I had no idea. And it's like, how can you have no, I mean, I get that she's not a very bright woman, but really, I mean, this is taking DEI too far. It's kind of amazing. They got these moron lawyers that proceeded forward with these really aggressive cases against a former president of the United States. And now they got egg all over their face. They get really stupid people doing these things. I got to tell you, this woman is not talented, at least not in the legal sense. We'd have to ask Nathan about the rest of it, right? Anyway, make sure you subscribe, share, like. I've got more stories to tell you about here today. Also, if you haven't gone over and checked out my 76 research, use code word $, sign up for the 76 research report. It's sort of my gift to you guys. I created this. It's a labor of love. And we just put actually a new note out for people who are interested maybe in a more aggressive kind of instrument. Anyway, 76research.com. Use code word $. We put it in the show notes for you as well.